According to the Crocodile Specialist Group, or CSG, there are about 24 recognized species of crocodilians. These include alligators, crocodiles, gharials, and caimans. Now, a lot of the time, these creatures are depicted as cold-blooded monsters or even cruel beasts, but they conquered every continent minus Antarctica and have been with us for longer than even the dinosaurs. But we're going to talk about them more. First, we're going to talk about what crocodilians really are. And then we're going to go into how they affect both us and the environment that they live in. So, let's see what we got in store. There are a lot more to these cold-blooded reptiles than at first glance. According to the theory paper titled Crocodilian Behavior, a Window into Dinosaur Behavior, crocodilians actually have a very dynamic form of communication, both physically and verbally. They use gestures with their heads and tails to signify dominance, threaten, as well as instill a little bit of fear to their potential threats to the territory and mates. They also use vocalizations to signal both their young as well as other crocodilians in the area, stating, "This is my claim, this is my land," and other things like that. But what makes them really unique is they are one of the most protective animals out there when it comes to their young. When a female alligator that's pregnant with a clutch of eggs, they will build a mound in the dirt and will protect it with its life. They'll actually show signs of increased aggression towards anything that comes near their nest. Once the babies hatch, the mother will protect them until they reach a safe age to grow. They even have a specialized chamber in their body to store baby infants. If anything gets too close to them, the female will pick up the babies, store them in this chamber to protect them from anything that could potentially pick them up and make them a late night snack. But there's also more to them. They're great for the environment as well. According to the paper Alligator Tales, New Lessons about Environmental Contaminants and Sentinel Species, alligators help scientists understand the conditions of the environments that crocodilians reside in. Their very anatomy actually signifies this in the reproductive organelles. The more contaminants in it, the worse they're able to reproduce. And since alligators and other crocodilians reproduce at a rate like humans, it's a similar match to see how much contaminated water is affecting reproductive systems, because you can check a clutch size, get an estimate of how many successfully incubate and, well, hatch, which will help keep an idea of how much contaminant is in the water. The more successful a hatch and clutch, the better off it is. But they also serve the ecosystem as well. Down in Florida, American alligators are farmed for both food and, well, their skin, and while they make a delicious snack, there's also a lot more to them. Aside from the food, American alligators help with the medical field. In the article, American Alligator, Serum Inhibits Pit Viper Venom, Metalloproteinaceous, it's found that American alligators have a very high resistance to venom. Now, at first glance, this may not be too useful, but if you look into it further, this could help us figure out a way to prohibit the effects of the venom that pit vipers have, which affects the neurological and cardiovascular systems. Using this can help with potential diseases and threats, if we can fully understand it. Crocodilians also play a part in the ecology of birds in the area. Aside from their natural abilities as crocodiles, or crocodilians, they will stir up the water in which they live in, which helps stop the buildup of harmful debris that occurs at the bottom of the rivers and ponds that they reside in. Thus help keeping it from getting to an unsafe level of harmful chemicals that naturally build up over time. In the paper, Alligator Presence Influences Colony Sites, section long-legged wading birds through large-scale facility nest production relationships, it is found that gators' nesting sites have a higher chance of having birds in it because of their co-relationship of essentially they both protect each other's eggs. Birds alert the gators, and the gators will kill whatever tries to get the eggs. Now, I've talked to you about crocodilians in an attempt to provide a better understanding of one of Earth's oldest living groups of reptiles. Crocodilians are not beasts nor monsters, they are just animals living their lives. They serve the environment as apex predators and act as the sentinels of their homes. While they are by no means harmless, they are not deserving of the negative light they always get.